This is going to be a recap. This week was better than last week. I actually took notes on my phone instead of writing them, so we're just going to start off. So we see a flashback of Spencer, which is really weird to me now that I watched the whole episode that they show that at the beginning because it's like 48 hours earlier. So Spencer and Emily see Jason. He's acting really sketch, and he doesn't want to be near them. It's obvious. They get into the car, and there's like a stream of pictures that are Allison, and at the bottom it's like, you killed me or something, and it's really creepy. We find out from Ella Montgomery, who is back, that Ezra resigned from Rosewood High. The girls are in the bathroom at school, and Paige comes into the bathroom, and Emily pretty much says, like, you told the police, and she pretty much said that let the police protect Allison, and she doesn't really care. The police show up at the De Laurentiis house when Mrs. Marin and Mrs. De Laurentiis are working on stuff for the wedding dress event, and Mr. Holbrook tells Mrs. D that you reported that Allison fractured her right arm when she was a child, and the coroners never wrote that in the report, so we're pretty certain that the person buried in your daughter's grave isn't your daughter, and she's alive. Well, Mrs. D was very adamant that she was dead, and it was really creepy. Ashley Marin goes up. She tells her to go look for invitations or something. She walks into the room, and the first thing I see is a creepy doll, and they made us see that on purpose. Because remember all those dolls and stuff that we've always seen when the girls are looking for A's lair and in weird places. They're trying too hard with Mrs. D here, where I more than certain she's not A. She's creepy, but I don't think she's, A or uber A. She finds new clothes that were just purchased for like a kid that day, and she starts wondering who's it from. I think it was Emily, that runs into Jason, and he just says to her that they thought that it was Spencer who was after Allison. And it kind of made me think that they kind of think that Spencer's A. I don't know. Then we see Dean reading Spencer a bedtime story because she can't sleep. He gets fired. Mrs. Hastings walks in. He's laying on her. That part pissed me off so bad. We see Arya acting really jealous. She went from being really nice to her mom, and then her mom kept getting a phone call from Zach, and she just got so jealous and angry, and that just pissed me off too. Both of those scenes, like back to back, pissed me off. Sorry, I have a knot in my hair. I need to get it out. Both of those scenes just pissed me off. And then I went to commercial. I'm like, God, you bitches. You know what I mean? Like, people on this fucking show, sorry for the language, but are just so moody. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said the F word, but this show gets me amped. I'm sorry. Then, let's see. Hannah says, let's dress up and spy. Mrs. D knows she's alive. So the girls are going to model dresses. We see a flashback of Mrs. Hastings and Allie a few nights before she disappears. Spencer obviously had like a episode. She threw all kinds of stuff out, and then we see Spencer just kind of like staring at Allie, just in a weird way. In real time, we see Mrs. D staring at Spencer through her window, which is really creepy. Spencer confronts Jason about that night, but doesn't really get answers because Dean comes in. We find out that Jason wasn't at rehab because the place that he went hasn't been open for 2 years. He's acting very strange. Spencer goes outside and sees Mrs. D hide a briefcase. Probably doesn't want the girls to see. Chases after her. We find out that Ella's getting married. Emily emails Allie after they figure out the password and that for an iPad tablet or whatever. She calls her from a black call to tell them to not speak to her mother and to come here in a hurry. And then when Spencer's running out there, she finally gets back in. She almost gets clawed by that bear trap. And she takes her corset off, and there's like bones. It looks like finger bones in it. And that was really creepy. The girls go to that place, and then they're looking around, and somebody shows up, and they're like, what are you doing here? A lot of people are saying that it's Noel, and a part of me thinks that, but wouldn't it be weird if it was like Jenna? Okay, Jenna's supposed to come back. and she's just disappeared out of nowhere, and she always was involved with Mona, and I feel like she plays a part in this. So I don't think it's going to be Jason, but it was Spencer that said that, so she had just talked to him. So Jason, Noel, Cece, Jenna, I don't know. My theories are coming together. Okay, and then before I get into that, A sees Cece Drake in the Ledger book and calls the police that she's found out where she is. So part of my thing is that maybe Mrs. D buried Allie. Maybe Jason was the one that hit her, or Mr. Hastings, or somebody. And I don't know, they're making it so clear that Spencer hit her, and I'm not sure if I believe that. So if she didn't, then I'm thinking maybe Jason or somebody else did it. And she thought that and Mrs. D thought she was dead, and she was trying to cover up the murder. She didn't want Jason to go to jail, or whoever else, and she buried her alive. I don't know if that's very believable. It was just something that came together in my head. We are never going to see who that black mask person is. If they show us, then I feel like we're not. Next season's the last season. So I don't want to see it. No matter how much so many of you want to see that, that means we're coming to an end, because they're giving us big things like that. But then again, we do get reveals that don't end up being what we think they are. Trying to think. Ezra. Now, Ezra is supposed to be in this next episode, and somebody's supposed to die, and a part of me thinks that it might be Ezra, but my other part of it thinks that it might be Mrs. De Laurentiis, because they're pointing their finger at her so much that she's A, and if she dies, we're all going to be like, who's A then? And also, the picture of the person with the leather black mask, it's a man's build, or somebody like Paige that has like a tall, lengthy, kind of like a boyish body. It's not Maya, it's not Jenna, it's not Mona. It could be Noel, it could be Toby, it could be Holbrook, Travis. Mike isn't even that tall. Even Mr. Montgomery, who I swear to God, I would love for him to be Oberé. I just think it would be so freaking cool. He doesn't fit that body type. He's shorter. So, I don't know. I will be doing live reaction videos from YouTube Capture app. I'm probably just going to be filming myself most of the time, and then something that actually is worthy of posting, then I'll post that section. Some of them I might shut off and then delete, because the only way that you can really do live reactions well is to have it on you most of the time. I also thought of maybe doing it for the last half hour. Break it up into two. I can post hour-long videos if I want to, but just for the sake of whatever, like maybe for the last half hour, there'll probably be 1, 2, maybe 3 commercials. So maybe at each commercial, that's when I'll stop it, and I'll post that one, and then I'll post another, and then I'll post the last one. You'll get my end of the episode reaction, so you'll get some sort of reaction from me, and then I watched Twisted, so I won't be taping from 9 to 10. So I might end up taping at 10 o'clock my reaction, or I might wait till the next day to let it sit in. So I want to give you guys something by giving you some live reactions if I don't give you that reaction video right away. And then, obviously during the break, last time I rewatched the entire series, and I did my clues, which was so popular. I can't believe how many views some of those videos have had, like 5,000 each video. Some of them, at least. Because I give you the clues and the theories, and I give you all the background. So it's like reading a book of history of Pretty Little Liars, watching all those videos. I have put them in playlists. I have PLL video playlists. So if you want to go and look, if you're looking for something from a certain time, watch my video for that, and I discuss a lot of things going on. I might be able to help you out if you're trying to come up with your own theories. that's there to help you. It was fun to do, but it's also cool for all of us to be able to reference. And I also have all the notes. It's crazy. Notebook written completely through. So, what do I hope to find out? I hope to find out, is Cece bad or good? Which I don't think we're going to find out. I would like to know who buried Allie, which I think we're going to find out. I believe we're supposed to find out who killed Wilden. I believe that was something that they told us we'll find out. And I want to know if Hezra lives. And lastly, I want to know if Spencer was the one that hit her. And I don't feel like she was, because I don't think she would have sat there in the previews that I've seen in a couch and then she's sitting and talking and just sit there and Spencer's there that hit her. So I think it's pretty obvious Spencer did not. So that is what I hope to learn in my, reaction to this episode. And I will talk to you guys later. I can't wait. It's going to be a long week. Bye.